The highly anticipated animated series Batman, Caped Crusader is out. Finally! I'll say right off the bat that this animation is incredible. We have many things to analyze and discuss, such as character development, the Gotham Police, the Rogues Gallery, the relationship between Bruce Wayne and Alfred, and much more. So, join me in this spoiler-free video as we briefly discuss the series as a whole and what we can expect from the next season. Welcome to Comic Chronicles. After several years without a Batman animated series, Batman, Caped Crusader has been released on Prime Video with all 10 episodes at once, and it's an outstanding animated series. The last animated series we had was Beware the Batman in 2013, and now we have a show that is very well written, has a fantastic soundtrack, and really immerses you in the concept of the animation, bringing a Batman set in the 1940s with a noir tone. Rest assured as you watch this video, since we won't reveal any spoilers. Soon, we will release our spoiler-filled reviews of each episode here on the channel, highlighting all the details and references. So make sure to give your bat like to this video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any updates on Batman, Caped Crusader. Let's get into the video. Right off the bat, the first thing I want to talk about is character development. It's a visual spectacle. Our protagonist has a great development arc, but it doesn't stop there. The supporting characters are also well developed, and you really feel their growth throughout the episodes. Batman has an arc that somewhat reminds me of the arc we saw in the film The Batman, where the character starts off showing his anger and violence against criminals, but as the story progresses, more layers are added to the Dark Knight, culminating in a moment where he cares for the people around him and becomes something greater, a symbol of heroism for the people, not just a figure who instills fear in his constant crusade. In this, we can see the influences that Matt Reeves likely brought into this animation, as he is also part of the production alongside Bruce Timm, Ed Brubaker, Greg Rucka, and many others. We are talking about a heavyweight creative team that knows what it's doing, understands Batman very well, and wants to work with the character in the best way possible, giving him a solid development arc. The series features a different villain in each episode while also developing a subplot involving the elections for the new mayor of Gotham City, which concludes in episodes 9 and 10. I liked almost all the villains presented. Onomatopoeia is an interesting villain, but there could have been more development for him. His introductory episode ends without us knowing much about him, although his participation was enjoyable. Clayface and Two-Face were my favorite villains of this first season. Clayface has an incredible episode that resembles some of the best episodes of Batman, the animated series. This version of Clayface has some elements in the episode that even remind us of the villain's origin in BTAS, while also merging in the classic villain from the golden age of comics, Basil Karlo, the first Clayface. Briefly commenting on the episode he appears in, without giving too many details, it's fascinating how interesting it becomes when the villain attacks his victims, and the soundtrack has a vibe reminiscent of an old horror movie. It's really great. In fact, the soundtrack as a whole is outstanding, always providing the atmosphere between each scene, immersing us in the plots. Thus, I'll say that my favorite episodes are the ones with Two-Face, the episode with Clayface, Catwoman, and Harley Quinn. They are all very good episodes. The opening of each episode is well done. It's more subdued compared to Batman, the animated series, but still very atmospheric. The black and white aesthetic and textures are excellent, making me wonder how much better it would be if the animation were entirely in black and white, though I know that would never happen since it would alienate many viewers. Since I mentioned Batman, the animated series, it's worth noting that this new animation is not a continuation of the classic 90s animated series. It's something entirely new, though it is part of the creative team from BTAS. Now, about the characters, I really liked Barbara Gordon in this animation. She is different from other adaptations, portrayed here as a lawyer who occasionally has discussions with her father over differing viewpoints, while she also ultimately serves as a liaison between Gotham's police and Batman as the episodes progress. Commissioner Gordon is also portrayed very well in the animation. He doesn't have many dialogues with Batman, but that's not a problem in the story, and it becomes increasingly interesting as we see how his opinion of the Dark Knight changes over the course of the episode. Another thing I really liked was the development and importance given to Renee Montoya in this animation. She is a significant character within the GCPD, and I liked her more as Gordon's partner in some moments than Harvey Bullock as Gordon's partner. Jim Gordon wants to eliminate corruption, but the GCPD itself is full of corrupt individuals, and the arrival of Batman complicates things even further, referencing the comic Batman, Year One directly, which worked very well here. Speaking a bit more about Gotham's corruption, it's incredible how it's depicted in this series. The episode featuring Firebug exemplifies how overwhelming the corruption is, to the point that it manipulates insane criminals, as if they are merely pieces on a chessboard. The construction surrounding these story arcs is quite impressive. The relationship between Bruce and Alfred is initially nearly non-existent due to Bruce's cold demeanor at the start of the series, but as the plot progresses, they undergo moments where Bruce shifts his perspective on how he views and treats Alfred Pennyworth. It's also interesting to see how Bruce reacts during therapy sessions with Harleen Quinzel. He actually becomes very uncomfortable. Speaking of Harley Quinn, the episode focused on her is fantastic. The way they wrote her character here is quite different from what we've seen in the comics or other adaptations, but it turned out really well, and I want to see more of this character in the next season. Harvey Dent is another character who became quite interesting. While he is a selfish guy solely focused on the elections because he very much wants to become mayor, he also has a side that wants to do the right thing, that wants the best for the city. His transformation into Two-Face was really good, and the final episodes involving him become the highlight of this animation. Now, talking a little about the Penguin, the subject of much controversy in this animation, I also liked how she was written. Although her episode was, in my opinion, the weakest compared to the others, I still appreciated what was done with her. Her coldness in the decisions she makes to prevent the police from uncovering her schemes is intense, to the point that it leaves you somewhat shocked by the choices she makes. Thus, even though there was a change in gender, it was executed very well. As not everything is perfect, the downside of the series is the animation. It's good for the most part, but in various moments, there is a noticeable lack of fluidity. Although the style is very similar to that of Batman, the animated series, updated for today, it still doesn't reach the same technical level, as they are different animation techniques. Even though today's technology is much more advanced than in the 90s, the animation doesn't reach the same level as the best episodes of the classic series. Overall, Batman, Caped Crusader has no bad episodes. At most, there are 1 or 2 episodes that are not up to par with the others, but as a whole, the series is very good, and I give it a rating of 9. The season ends with a cliffhanger featuring an iconic villain, which left me eager to see a second season soon. Additionally, I can't forget to highlight how great the voice acting and the animation turned out. Kevin Conroy will always be our eternal Batman, but Hamish Linklater as Bruce Wayne and Batman did an excellent job in the role. To help you explore more about the Batman universe, I'll leave some good comic recommendations in the description of this video. By using our affiliate links, you support our channel without paying any extra, so thank you for all the support you give us. Thank you very much for your presence here in the video. Write your opinion about Batman, Caped Crusader in the comments. Did you enjoy the animation? What's your favorite episode? Comment below, tap the sphere on your screen, and subscribe to our channel. Activate notifications so you don't miss any videos about Batman, Caped Crusader. Soon, we'll bring detailed reviews of each episode, with all the Easter eggs. Join this community of nerds who love Batman and become a subscriber. Until the next video.